Hello everyone and welcome back. Yesterday we had a record high of 64 or 65 degrees up here. The last time it was that one was something like 1897. Today now it's 40 degrees. The rain started about an hour and a half ago, and they are predicting anywhere, depending on what you read, 2 to 5 inches of snow tonight. Yesterday when I got up here, Melissa and I took the four-wheeler and went out and checked all the buckets, and I mean that one was still dripping a little bit, but there wasn't much, so I'm glad this rain is coming right now so I can just empty the buckets and don't have to worry about any more water or snow getting in there. That rain is falling pretty good, and it almost looks like I can see it when I look at the trees, like it's trying to switch over to snow. And it very well could be. I thought it was still about 40, but it has actually dropped quite a bit here in the last hour. 36.7 now and still going down. I guess I really don't know. I mean, it's been so long since I saw rain that maybe that's just what rain looks like. You got your Kong, Chunky? Melissa made fajitas. Maybe it was even in the last video that I put up, the last farmhouse video. And they turned out really good, so she's making them again and doing a video tonight, and it smells so good in the house right now. Still snowing, maybe an inch has accumulated. Some of it would have melted, of course, when it hit the ground. But it's a little nasty with that wind. You two ready to go outside? All the snow stopped for a while, and now it's sleeting. I can hear it hitting against the window. It's almost bedtime. Be interesting to see what it's like tomorrow. Okay everyone, well it's a little bit nasty out here. Freezing rain and then big bursts of wind and then nothing. Melissa and I are about to go to bed, so we'll see what it's like tomorrow. Okay everyone, well I showed this morning the snow. We probably got about 3 inches total. Like I said yesterday, some of it would have melted when it hit the ground, but anyway, today now the sun has been out, some of the snow has melted. I didn't film a whole lot today. Sadly, yesterday we got news that Melissa's sister passed away. So she was only 50 years old. She had some health issues, but still, you just don't expect it when it comes. So today there wasn't a whole lot of filming. We went and got a rental SUV for Melissa to drive. She's leaving early in the morning tomorrow to drive down to Louisiana to be with her mom and other family members. She's going to stop by in Missouri, where her son Brandon is working right now, and pick him up after he gets off work tomorrow, and then they'll probably stay in Cape Girardeau, and then I drive the remainder of the way down to Louisiana. Today is what, Thursday is it? That's Friday, so then they'll get there on Saturday. And then she's going to spend most of the week down there with her mom and stuff. So anyway, I just got back because I was with her most of the day. She's still at work right now getting everything wrapped up for being gone for a week and getting hold of clients and taking care of everything. And I just took the four-wheeler and I drove the loop around and looking at all of the taps. Every single tree is dripping right now. So since there was snow and rain yesterday, I dumped all the buckets right now. And some of them I put caps on. I only had, I think, 5 or 6 caps. And anyway, they're all dripping, so I can start collecting tomorrow. I might even tap a couple more trees, but today was just an off day. So, but the temperature now, I think in Saturday, it's supposed to be in the 50s, but otherwise we're going to be into the 20s at night and then 30s during the day and upper 30s. So it should be perfect for running that sap, getting it pumping and coming out of those trees. So we'll just have to stay tuned to see what happens. But now I feel like all the buckets are cleaned out, everything is dripping. So now we're going to start collecting the sap, and as soon as we have enough, we're going to start to boil. Good morning, everybody. Melissa's just leaving now, heading for Louisiana. I just ran up to the store and I bought a few more buckets. Today now the temperature is only going to get to about 33 to 35 degrees, so not a whole lot is going to be happening with those trees because it's, I mean, right now it's still only up to 20. But tonight it's going to get down to 26, tomorrow it's going to go up to 50, and those trees are going to be running. And then every day after that, it looks like, I was looking this morning, looks like, you know, 26 to 28 at night and 42 to 45 or whatever during the day. So I want to make sure that today I get all of the buckets set that I want so that I don't miss anything. Okay, everyone, well, it's later in the afternoon now. It's pushing 4 o'clock. I had to drive into Melissa's work to put a sign on the door that says that the office is going to be closed until end of next week, and just a bunch of stuff to do like that. But definitely it's only about 31 degrees right now, so we didn't make it above freezing. I don't think we will today. But the sun hitting those trees, some of them might be dripping a little bit, I'm not sure. But tomorrow is the big day, like I said, that it'll really start. So I want to get out there and get these other buckets put on the trees, get them tapped, and then let the sap run. It should be pretty awesome, I think. Very slow drip here, only maybe a 1/4 inch in the bottom of the bucket, so definitely a chilly day. I think that's a maple back there. I'm going to walk back and take a look. I might as well just get them all tapped. I see another one back there. I haven't even looked over on this side of the property. I know there's not as many maples, but I mean there's one right there. I don't know if there's any out there on that point. Looks like there's another one directly over there. This is all really thick brush though, and I would really like to cut some trails to this in the summer. So let's stay on the side that's easier to access and then figure this out for next year. As I'm standing here about ready to cut a little bit of brush out of the way here, I can hear this one dripping already. Nice. No, it was running yesterday, but not today. There's a nice maple right there. I didn't even see that one. I have a few in mind that I wanted to tap, but I don't remember seeing that one. And it's just like right off the trail here, so. Well, I have this one tapped, and then I looked over that direction, and I saw some more, so I walked over there and I've tapped 2 more. Now I just came back and grabbed 4 more buckets. When I tap this one here, of those of you that have done this before, I'm sure this has happened to you. I put the drill bit in, ran it in about 2 inches, and when I pulled it out, it just ran out down the, it had already stopped up, so this one's a good runner here. But as you can see, I've got several here that are about that 10 inch. This one here is about a 12, and I just had no idea that these were here. I'm trying to get to the other end where I saw the ones I wanted to tap. I'm going to run out of buckets before I even get there. Well, I went back to the 4-wheeler and I got my last 4 buckets. I think this is all the buckets I have that are these smaller ones. Well, I have all these in this little area tapped. I see I've got some real nice ones over there too, but I'd have to get to them from the other side, and we do have a 4-wheeler trail over there. I think we're just going to buzz down the main trail and tap another one down there. I have 1 more bucket. I wanted to give credit where credit is due. I always love getting the comments on the videos. You know, the big majority of them are good, helpful. Some of them, of course, there's always a few in there that I kind of have fun with. But anyway, somebody commented, you know, if you just drill a hole in the side of the bucket, you can hang it on here and get a cover on it. And it was like I just like slapped myself in the forehead. It's like, this is not my first time doing syrup. If you guys have watched my videos on Joe and Zach Survival, if I tap the maples at the hobby farmhouse, that's where I put those videos. And I made those out of 2-liter bottles. And I cut a hole in the side so it would slip over, but they had the cap on top, so they're pretty much covered. So I thought, well, that's beautiful, but I can't get covers for these buckets. And the way this is dripping, it's been, what, 15 minutes? There's already over a 1/2 inch on the bottom of this bucket. I should have just went ahead and used the 5-gallon buckets that Scott got me, but I would have to go through washing all them, which I should have done like last fall because I don't have a deep sink in the house. And this time of year, I can't run the garden hose outside. So anyway, somebody else commented that, you know, you can use a shower cap. Works really nice for a cover on these to keep the debris out. And I thought, that's brilliant. So I went online and I ordered a 100-pack of shower caps for $7. And they're going to be delivered to the farm here tomorrow or the next day, and I can get these covered. So it was like, wow, it's I learned quite a bit right there in just 2 comments. You know, I don't know if you guys remember, if you've been a long-time subscriber, you would, for the farmhouse here, but right after we bought the place, I think it was the first time that Zachary and Samantha came up, Zach and I come back here and walked in the woods and we found that old sled. If I remember, it's in the workshop barn. I'll show it to you because it needs to be redone. And I had a lot of comments on that saying this could have been for, you know, bucking firewood or whatever. I'm wondering if somebody in the past tapped the maple trees and that was the sled that they used to pull the buckets. I mean, it just would make sense. It could be either one, because you can see trees that have been cut down for firewood. I don't see any scars on the trees, but could have been 20 years ago, who knows. All right, so now that we know that we probably have 30 to 50 more trees we could tap, seems like everywhere I look there's another maple tree. Let's just go pick one out up the trail here, check the other buckets, get it in, and call her a day. This one didn't do much today. There's some frozen in the bottom, but it was running pretty good yesterday. These bigger trees, I suppose they take longer to unthaw or something. Them small ones, they seem to run a lot faster. The same thing with this one. I mean, there's a little bit there, but mainly it's just frozen in the bottom. I see a few nice ones way back in there too. Definitely going to make another 4-wheeler trail that kind of parallels this one and kind of weaves around up through there. I'm going to walk down there and check all those buckets. I don't want this to get too boring. It's very exciting for me, but I can see the video as being extremely boring. Well, I placed the last bucket, I can see it, I don't know if you can, on a tree there. And then I walked this direction, all the way back and through, all the way down to the property line on that side. Then I ran up the property line, but did not go on this side of the trail here. And then this trail goes up, if you remember, takes a left and goes out to where I got stuck up there. Anyway, I counted 26 trees that I could tap. And I haven't looked over here, but I think I'm going to walk through here and take a peek because it's real easy to walk on top of the snow right now. No bugs, no leaves, and I'll just try to get a close number of how many more I could do. Well, I looped around all the way back to here and I counted an additional 23. And these are all ones that are tappable. There's a whole bunch on the property that are only like 6 inches, 4 inches. So 23, 26, there's quite a few. Like I said, I don't know if that was in this video, but I don't even know what's on that end yet. I haven't been down there. Well, now that sun is starting to go down and I want to count exactly how many taps I have because I found this app. Wasn't even in like the App Store or whatever, the Google Play, whatever it is. That it's really cool because I put in my location or whatever, and it cost me like $2 a year. And anyway, I can click on it and it'll show me all over the United States, you know, where they're doing it, where they are tapping trees. And then you enter in your info every day, and you can just see where the sap is really running, where it's not, and then you keep a log and then you can look back on it to see how you did. So last night I had 15 taps in and I've got more now, so I need to count exactly how many I have. after I got in here, I had a beef roast I wanted to do. I was thinking about starting up the barbecue today, but then I have some pork steaks I want to do. I took some stuff out of the freezer that's been in there a while, and this roast was one of them, so just checking to see if that's done yet. It looks good. I tell you, it leaves a little bit more time. I've just been sitting here watching Melissa on her trip down. She's right now it's 8:17 and she's supposed to arrive in Cape Girardeau at 8:54 tonight. And then tomorrow I think she'll only have about 9 hours to drive. Today she had, I think it was close to 13. Good morning, everybody. Well, it's actually almost 7 o'clock right now, but I've been up for a while. It's already 36 degrees. Well, this morning right now it's 10 o'clock. I was supposed to meet the guy at 1, but now I'm supposed to meet him at 11. I'm gonna go pick up a load of slab wood so we have something to burn in the evaporator. Well, I got about a mile and a half down the road and I could smell electrical and looked down on my diesel and the battery light came on. So I pulled over, I drove it back. I turned around and drove it back and opened the hood and there's smoke barreling out of the alternator. And I just had that alternator replaced 14 months ago, and prior to that I had it replaced 1 year ago. Before that. So, but this time when I brought it in, they put in a Napa one and there's some kind of a warranty, or I don't know, I'm gonna have to call the place up, but I'm having more and more trouble with the diesel as I approach 300,000 miles, so definitely a new truck or a different truck in the future will be happening sometime. Well, I made it back here without blowing a tire or something on the trailer. It's about 1,600 pounds of wood, so. Well, it's time to go out and check those taps, and to be honest, I really haven't thought this part through yet. How do I get the buckets of stuff back here? I wish I had covers for the 5-gallon buckets, but I don't. I don't know. I guess we'll just wing it and see what happens. We'll go check them right now and see if they're running good or not. already collected 10 gallons. I'm guessing I'm going to be around 15. And it's now only 2:30 or so in the afternoon, so these things are going to drip until, I don't know, 6:30 tonight probably. So I came back, I went downstairs, I took some of the lids off of the stored food that we have down there. Since Melissa's not here, I got to get those back on before she gets back. And grabbed the other four-wheeler because this one has the right hitch on it to hook up this trailer. All three of those buckets are filled right to the top. Well, I'll just keep the fire going now. I did learn that it doesn't do much good to have a damper on here, because if I turn the damper, smoke just comes out from around everywhere else. So just gonna keep it wide open for now. I decided to put the stove right here because when it gets dark out, that light's gonna come on and it's real bright right here, so I'll be able to boil well after dark. Melissa is about an hour away from the Louisiana house, so I'm gonna give her a call on the phone and talk to her for a bit. She has to go to the house, turn on the water, and they had all like 2 weeks of very cold weather, so she has to see if any of the pipes froze. We had the water shut down and the spigot open, you know, so some of it drained down, but you just never know. And then she's gonna go over to her mom's. Well, Melissa did not answer, so she's either on the phone with her mom or her daughter or her son. She was gonna pick her son up partway down in Missouri, but he didn't have to work yesterday or whatever, so he just drove down. It's working. There you are. You were following behind a white panel truck or whatever. Well, I'm glad you made it safe. Well, Melissa made it to the house, and now she is going to turn on the water, check for leaks and everything, and if everything is okay, then she's going to call her mom and see if her mom wants to go out and eat dinner. I'm just coming out here to collect these 9 since 2 or 3 of these were running over. Tomorrow it will not run like it did today. I mean, it's getting down to 27 tonight, and tomorrow's high is only like 34. So it'll be slow, but I don't want to have to be thinking about it in the morning that I should come out here and check these. So let's get the little bit that there is here and bring it back to the evaporator so I can just boil that up when the time comes. I decided to walk back in there where I looped the four-wheeler around. It's just a short walk here. And I collected those, so we get another 5 gallons today. Well, we got 10 gallons now that have been went into the cooker, and we have another 10 gallons that can go in here. So It's doing good. It's boiling. It's not as hard of a boil with, at first I put in a bunch of cedar scraps from work and that must have been hotter, but it's still boiling. It's doing good. It won't be long and that light will come on and we should be able to see this really good. You guys ready for some food? Huh? You ready for some food? Let's go.
I've never seen anything like this before.
Well, if you're talking about this week's movie.
Well, I have to say I'm really pleased with how this is working. So far we had 4 buckets of sap, but they were full to the top, so we're probably talking about 22 gallons. And I've already put about 13 or 14 gallons in here. And it took a little bit to learn the personality of the wood stove and get the fire built right. For a while this side was boiling, which was fine, but then as the fire burned back, then the hottest part of the stove, which is here, this one started boiling again. One thing why you want to have a warming tray or 2 trays is because when this is boiling hard, it's getting rid of a lot of moisture. So if you were just to dump cold sap in there when you have to refill it, well, you're burning a lot of wood or fuel to get that back up, and while it's getting back up, you're not getting rid of any moisture. So by getting this warm, when I take this one and dump it into here, it takes a much shorter amount of time to get back up to this boiling, getting rid of the moisture. I've made maple syrup, box elder syrup, birch syrup in the past, but always did it on the kitchen stove, and that just took forever. Having a bigger pan with more surface area just goes down so much faster. And see, by putting that warmed sap in there, it's been what, 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, and it's already doing a hard boil. I'm gonna run in and take a shower because I smell like a fire, which I'll still smell like at the end of the night, but I feel so grimy. Well, of the, I don't know, probably a little bit over 20 gallons that we collected today, I have about maybe 1.5 gallons left. And I could put it in here, but I don't want to fill this all the way up. I'm going to let everything die down now. Star Trek came on, so it's after 9. And it's daylight savings time tonight, so we're going to lose an hour of sleep anyway. So, I'll just let this all die down, and tomorrow we'll start it up again. I'm just amazed at how much we boiled off tonight. Good morning, everybody. I was surprised to come out here, and I had filled this up before we shut it down, and it boiled probably 3 inches out of it last night. This one here went way down too. I was really surprised. I'm glad that I did fill it up, because it would have went all the way down and burnt everything up if I wouldn't have. The stove stayed hot for a long time. So since this is all the sap that we have left from yesterday's 20 or whatever gallons, I'll get this boiled down. It's only 27 degrees right now, and it's only going to get up to 33. Not sure if it's going to be sunny today or not. I mean, it's going to start sunny. That'll help get some sap, but if it doesn't stay sunny, we won't get a whole lot today. So once this starts going, I'm going to dump this into here, and then I think I'm just going to put regular water in this side. I don't want the fire to be sitting there burning on just a empty pan, you know, and it'll also kind of boil in there and clean everything up. All I've been doing is having sneezing fits this morning from all of the wood smoke yesterday. Alright, kitchen is clean enough so that when the sap gets ready, I can bring it in here and finish it on the stove and still be able to do a video. It's a pretty fast way to cut firewood. I was just overlooking at this sap, and I think it's time to transfer it inside. It's starting to get that thicker bubble look, and I don't want to lose it. Kind of want to bring it in when it's about 216, because I want to run this through a pre-filter before I bring it to the stove, so I'm going to have to watch this really close though. We're at 214.5 right now. I started the barbecue out there. I didn't have enough hands to do everything. And with daylight savings last night, right now it's 12 o'clock, but yesterday it would have been 11 o'clock. I've got to get some things cooking here. I've got the sap that's almost syrup here on the stove now. We'll get this finished up. Melissa is going to a crawfish boil down there today. A bunch of family and friends. And she has pictures here of her sister riding a horse, and she wants me to try to find them and send them to her so she can share them with everybody. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's Melissa, and she doesn't like being in pictures now, and she didn't like being in pictures then either. Look at the look on her face. Okay, that's perfect. There were some hot jars. So we ended up with 8 half pints of some really nice looking syrup. I'm glad that I bought the hydrometer, whatever it's called. Because getting it to 219, it was a little off, and then it went up to 220, and then it was right on. So, but this is pretty much perfect because with sugar maple, averages 40 gallons to 1 gallon of syrup. Well, we had 20 gallons, which should give us then a half a gallon, which is exactly what this is. Very nice. I'm hungry though, and I want to get my pork steaks on the barbecue. It's already 12:46. Looks like I have one here that didn't seal quite right, so this is definitely the one we're going to be using. I'll let these ones here we can store, but that one is the one we're going to try. This afternoon it's been some really strong gusts of wind have come through, and like for a minute you think, what the heck was that? It was just the wind blowing against the house. But we have to go out and check that sap. I haven't looked at the temperature. I know that it's been above freezing. It was only supposed to get to 33 or 34 today. And right now it's about 4:15, 32.2. It says the highest today was 36.9, but that would have been at midnight. So let's go see how the trees did. I mean, yesterday it was in the 50s, so be interesting to see. They should be a little slower today than yesterday, but who knows. I can't believe it. I've been looking all over for my gray hat for like 3 days. It was underneath this box. This one works good though. I was thinking that I wouldn't get a whole lot of sap today, but those two buckets, each one was half full. That's 3 times as much as what was in them yesterday, so this might be a big run. Okay, so I grabbed a different bucket for here, and those, with this one, fills a 5-gallon bucket. I'm just going to walk back right here and get all of those buckets and bring them back. Looks like maybe 2.5, 3 gallons on that run. I'm just going to walk up there and get the last 3, I have a spot to turn around right here with the four-wheeler, but I don't know how it would be up there with the deeper snow and with this four-wheeler, so I'll be right back. Okay, we got a solid 15 gallons today. All three of these buckets are full. If you fill these pans up pretty full here, each one of these has 5 gallons in it. That's a good way to know how much you're boiling down. Well, I got the stove cooking the sap now. We'll go out and check on that in a little while. Right now, though, I have to get the floors vacuumed and swept and do my Sunday cleaning. Okay, everyone. Well, thanks a lot for watching. The house is all cleaned up. All 15 gallons have been put into the evaporator here. I'm just adding some more over to the boiling side. And it's time to take down the garbage. I will see you guys on the next video.